these are the bending bars. They're a nice chunky 2 sets of metal. You can buy them from Metalsmith. They're good value, and you can do a lot of stuff besides bending. In fact, we're going to do some braking in these. As I said, nice chunky. They're controlled by this Allen key, which acts as the clamping key. And we're going to slide the metal in here. You've got a nice sharp straight edge there for doing our braking. Now, on the piece of metal, I've got this heavily scored single straight line, which I showed you earlier. The reason I've done it actually this way is that the longer the piece of metal that you're going to break, the easier it is. So if we tried doing that way, it would have been far more difficult. It's possible, but it's just more difficult. The piece of metal that we want is this piece here. So we're going to clamp that in that way, so that we're going to break off the waste metal, because you can get distortion when you're bending it here. It doesn't always happen, but it's nicer to have the piece of metal that you want undistorted to start with, and of course you can bend it back again if you need to. So there we are. I've lined the line nicely on the edge of the bars. And the more time you take with getting this right, the better results you'll get. And then with the Allen key, just clamp it up. Normally I use this file to do the bending. Unfortunately, it's not quite long enough. Another thing you can use is the ruler, nice steel ruler. What you don't want is something that's too flexible when you're bending. So I'm going to put it up underneath. I've got my thumbs under there. Grip hold of this bit, and then just gently bend it. It's quite thick, so it can be a bit difficult to start with. The thinner the metal, the easier, until you get to really thin metal, and then it just sort of wobbles and flops about. But this is nice and stiff. Put it onto the top. Make sure that it goes right into the gap there, and then gently, push it down. You may get a bit of marking. Don't expect it to break all at once. Do it gently. Well, you'll have to, because it's quite stiff. Up and down. I'm getting a little bit of wobble there, but that's okay. And down again. Oh, and I can feel it starting to go now. But don't rush it. Just the slower and the easier you take it, the cleaner the break. It go. I can also feel the bending bars moving in the vise, actually. There we go. Oh, and you can also hear it breaking slightly as well. Keep getting the ruler right into the gap there, because also you want this piece of metal, which you can flatten the wobbles out in the good old breaking bars. Alright, and it's going nearly. There we go. It does hang on in places. Alright, that's that done, and then you can unclamp it. And the next thing I'll show you, if I can get the metal out, is, there we go, how to dress this edge, which is slightly rough because nickel silver is a bit crystalline and it sort of snaps. So we'll dress that edge with a file in the next video.